Hey guys, how's it going out there? Hope you guys are doing well today. So, in this episode, I'm going to be talking about the former president, Joe Biden, who has been diagnosed with prostate cancer, which apparently is also the second leading cause of death for men in America. And this is fascinating because it's no surprise, it's been a pretty open secret for some reason for a while now that Joe Biden has been in abysmal health. I mean, he's been mentally checked out for a while. I mean, the fact that I mean, the fact that they had him, the fact that the Democrats, any party for that matter, the fact that anyone thought that he should have been running for president at all is just fucking wild to me. But it's kind of interesting that this is the diagnosis that has become public because the main one is that I am absolutely sure that he has either dementia, Alzheimer's, some combination or variation. I mean, because he's completely checked out mentally. I mean, that's just overly apparent at this point, and it's just kind of fascinating how there is just such a lack of transparency when it comes to presidents and their health and their medical history. I mean, I guess this might make me sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I really don't trust any White House administration when they talk about the health of a president. Like, I know Trump just had his what do you call it, his physical or whatever, and his doctor said he was in peak condition, perfectly healthy. I don't believe that. Because presidents have been lying about their health for damn near 80 years now. I mean, going all the way back to FDR, lying to the press about not being able to walk, or John F. Kennedy, withholding all of the mental ailments he had and all the medication he was taking, to now. Like, I'm sure at some point, probably years from now, we're going to find out there was a ton of medical problems that Joe Biden had while he was president, while he was running the first time and the second time. And the fact that that was just not even disclosed, like it pretty much had to be when he was retired for good that this came out. Because I have a feeling that if Biden was either president right now, or if we were like still in the election, I don't think this would have come out. I think this would have been something that would have been kept in the wraps, just like all of his other health problems. Because I do not buy for a second that this is the only issue that Joe Biden has. I do not believe that. I believe he has a very long list of medical problems that he has had for a long time that has been openly known to his inner circle and the people behind the scenes that he has, and it's just been kind of pushed under the rug. And now that he's pretty much done, I mean, he's not going to be doing anything with politics for the rest of his life. Nothing to lose now, so he can come out and say he has prostate cancer or whatever. But to me, it also kind of, this whole thing with Joe Biden, because this has been a point of contention for a lot of people for years now about the fact that we've been pretty much electing up to damn near 100. I mean, I can't remember. I think either Trump or Biden, I think both of them were the oldest, like, elected presidents, like in office presidents. And it seems like we're just kind of electing up to where we're going to have a fucking 100-year-old person in there who's on their deathbed in about another 5 to 8 years. And it's just it's just bizarre to me that the one of the most powerful people in the world, or actually probably the most powerful person in the world, can be in this bad of mental and physical shape, and is completely withheld from the public, and it's treated as if it's a non-issue. Because there have been tons of people who have pointed out for years that Joe Biden is not in good shape. He should not be president, just on the grounds of health-wise, not even nothing to do with politics, just from a health standpoint, especially from a mental standpoint. And for years, everyone within Biden's inner circle, even the mainstream media, even the fucking media, kind of pushed back on that. It wasn't until that debate last year, for some reason, I don't know why it took that debate with Trump last year to make people realize this guy's fucking cooked. He's not there anymore. But for years, there was just this aggressive pushback about how, Biden is he's in good shape. He's able to run. He's able to go. And, this is ageism. People think just because he's older and he forgets things from time to time that he's not, able to be president. He's not able to run for office. It's not true. And for years, like, there was just this aggressive pushback about him not being in good shape. And now that he's out of office, now that he lost, now all of a sudden, oh, he actually has prostate cancer. And I'm sure, and yeah, I'm sure he does. Yeah, I'm not doubting that, but I just doubt that that's the only thing he has. I feel like if they actually released all of the medical problems he had, it would be a laundry list of shit that he has. And it's just bizarre to me that we have a system where we have people in the most powerful positions in the world making decisions that affect everybody from America, overseas, the whole world, who are in this shape, like in this bad of mental and physical health. And this makes me wonder, like, how the fuck did we get here? We have people we're electing that are damn near 100, where they are pretty much like a puppet being propped up by however many fucking vials of medication and pills and shit. And I think it also just kind of comes to a discussion of like, I know, to elect a president, they want them to be older, but have we not passed the point of just being too fucking old? Like, I don't want to say there should be an age limit, but no, fuck, there should be. If there's an age cap to where, like, because I think you have to be like in your 30s or 40s. If there's an age limit, I mean, obviously there has to be. You don't want to elect a 10-year-old, but you know what? At this point, maybe a 10-year-old would be good. Anyways, besides the point. Since there's an age like limit to when you can actually run for president, which is like 30s, 40s, in that ballpark, I think there should be an age cap. I think, I don't know, maybe 60, 70 maybe. I think there should be a cap of when you can run for office and be president, because I don't care who you are. Like, once you get older, you're just going to get sicker. You're going to get, not like in this exceptionally bad shape, but you're going to be not that good a shape. And running for office, just running to be president, is an overwhelmingly exhausting deal to go through. I mean, you're going across the whole country, you're campaigning, you're having to meet with endless amounts of people, you're meeting with different types of donors, you're having to prep for speeches, you're having to do interviews, you're having to learn about this policy, and you're having to answer questions from this outlet, you're having to address stuff that you did in your past, you're having to network with your party. There's a lot of stuff you got to do, and that's going to take a lot out of a young, healthy person, let alone an older person who's not in good shape. So that's going to take a whole lot out of you. And then if you win and being president, that ages you a ton. I mean, look at Obama. I mean, Obama, when he went in there, he had a full head of hair, the glowing skin. He came out with fucking salt white hair. Half of it was balded, looked like his skin was leather. I mean, it aged him. It ages everybody. Everyone who comes out of being president, they are aged. And when you're Joe Biden, who's already damn near pushing 100, that ages you probably twice as much. And you end up getting more problems. And, especially now, like, we got Trump in there who's, I don't know, I think Trump is about the same age as Biden. They're in the same, I think they're the same age range. And I'm sure that Trump has a litany of health problems that we will not know about until he is out of office, and will be known years from now of what he had, just like Biden. But I think there should be a cap. Like, I think 60 or 70 at the most should be the cap for running for president, because after that, I mean, not that you can't have health problems or major health issues that can prop up before then, but when you're, fucking 80s and 90s running for president, like, that's just fucking ridiculous. Like, first of all, that shouldn't even be a thing. You should not be running for president if you're in your 80s or 90s. I don't care who you are. You should just be doing something else. If you want to be in politics, be a fucking, I don't know. There's plenty of stuff you can do in politics that's not being president if you're in your 80s or 90s. Like, at that point, you're at the end of your political, not only your political career, but frankly, near the end of your life, pretty much. I mean, on a more of a bleak perspective, you're kind of more at the end of everything opposed to the beginning of it. And the fact that we, for whatever reason, have just been on this trend for I guess, almost 10 years now, just electing damn near 90, 100-plus-year-old people for office. I think we should probably not do that. I think it's not a good idea to have people in there who are 80 and 90, almost 100, or almost going to be 100 coming out of office. Maybe we should have people who are semi young, who are in good shape and good health, and are actually mentally and physically equipped to be able to handle a job. They don't have a litany of health problems. I mean, that's not to say that you should just be absolutely model of health or like you have no health issues. I mean, everyone probably has some type of health problem or some type of issue in their life. I'm not saying that, but when you get to like Biden territory where you have just, I mean, an endless list of shit that you got going on to where it's impairing your ability to be president, that's when it's an issue. Like, I do not believe also that when Biden was president that he was being able to make all the decisions he had to on his own. I'm sure the amount of help he needed was overwhelming. Not that any president does all their decisions on their own, but for him, especially, I mean, there have been endless stories of him forgetting where he's at, forgetting what he's doing, thinking he's a different, like he's in a different position, that he's in the Senate, talking about dead people like they're still alive, thinking it's a different year, going off into different tangents about shit that has nothing to do with what he's talking about. Like, I mean, he's not there anymore. He's cooked mentally. He's gone. And then there's no way you can convince me that he has been in his full faculties for the last 4 years, doing all of the tasks and all the duties that he has to do as president. I'm sure he had a ton of handlers, a ton of people having to oversee what he was saying, what he was doing. I mean, even even near the end of his presidency, they kind of held him from the public. Like, they kind of hid him to where he wasn't really being out in the public and doing interviews and talking to the public because he couldn't do it. You couldn't have Biden go out there and talk for 15, 20 minutes because there was a solid chance he's going to either forget what he's talking about, forget where he's at, say something that's just completely not related to what he's talking about, or he's just going to completely blank on where he's even at and who he is. So even the White House, like, they knew, like, I mean, they've always known that he's not in good health. He's not there. And the fact that it took him being out of office for this to come out is just ridiculous. Like, this should have been known years ago, because the fact that now this is the only time we're really hearing about him having a diagnosis, and I'm not going to say I was the most, connected with like Biden as far as his health goes, like, reports, but I don't remember the White House like sending out anything for 4 years about him having cancer or him having dementia, Alzheimer's, which, I mean, makes sense because at the same time, you don't want, no White House administration is going to come out and say, oh, yeah, by the way, the president of the United States is fucking mentally gone. They're feeble, decrepit. They're on death's door. They're vulnerable to every type of, disease out there. They have 100 different handlers. I mean, of course, you don't want to go out there and say that. And I'm sure that, even if it's not that bad, you don't want to show weakness to, the rest of the world and even to your political opponents. But yeah, I don't know. It's just fucking weird to me that we have this system where we can have people like this who are in no shape to be in political office, but they're somehow there. Because, like, almost in no other field would Biden be allowed in his current or even previous mental and health state for the last 5 years, be in any other field. Imagine if Biden was a fucking doctor. Like, there's no way a hospital, knowing that a doctor potentially has dementia and Alzheimer's and a whole other litany of health problems, are going to let him do open heart surgery. Fuck no, you're not going to do that. That's ridiculous. In any other industry, this would not be tolerated. No other field would allow for this to happen. But for some reason, if you want to be president, that's okay. It's completely possible to be president, not being completely mentally there or physically there, or having failing health and failing mental health. That's fine. You can be president for 4 years. That's no big deal. It's just ridiculous to me. I mean, also it just makes me kind of look at the DNC like, my fucking God, like, is this the best you could have? Like, I mean, I know that, the DNC has been kind of scrambling for new leadership and trying to find, their new kind of young up and coming leaders and stuff. But I mean, goddamn, if this is the best you can come up with, maybe it's time for the DNC to call it a day for a little bit and kind of regroup and come up with a different game plan, because this is fucked. This ain't it. Because I mean, also I'm like, this also has an image problem for the Democrats, because for better or worse, and really just completely worse, there's no better in this, Joe Biden has been the face of the Democratic Party. And now this is what you have to deal with as the face of your party. A fucking demented, decrepit corpse as your leader, who is now diagnosed with cancer and has probably God knows how many other health issues. That's your leader. And you're going to have to deal with that. I don't know how you do, actually. Like that just makes you even more weaker, as far as a political party. And the Democrats are already not in a good state. And with this, it's especially bad. So for the DNC, I don't even know why they were so just adamant about having him be, president, and then also having him continue to run for office until that debate where they just kind of kindly forced him to step down and have Kamala take over. It's just ridiculous to me. Like, I will never understand why so many people in Biden's circle, in his inner sphere, were so adamant about just not addressing or acknowledging that this guy has no business being in politics right now, running for office. He should be in a home somewhere. He should be at home relaxing. He should be at home doing his own thing, drinking tea or whatever with his wife, and enjoying his twilight years. Like, he should not be running for president, because he clearly was and is not in any state to be doing anything with politics. And it's only now that he's not in politics and he's pretty much indefinitely retired from politics that this is coming out. Because, again, I do not believe that this would have come out if he was running for office or if he was in office. I do not believe we would have got this report. I think this would have come out after he had either died, or B, after he had left from his second term, if he had one. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I was just thinking about this because it's just so strange. This whole Joe Biden situation for years has been weird to me, because I've met people who are not political in any way who have seen Biden and they're like, yeah, this guy should not be running for office. Like, he definitely has a lot of shit going on for him. And like, if some random person who is not in any way, connected to the political sphere, they can look at Biden and say, yeah, this guy should not be running for office. This guy should be, either in a facility or at home or wherever. The fact that one of the two major political parties, they did not see that, and his entire inner circle did not see that, that's just wild to me. I will never understand that. I will never understand the people who were adamantly supporting for him to run, who adamantly defended him being the candidate and adamantly defended him as president. I'm talking, strictly from a health standpoint. I will never understand. I'll never get it. I will not get this, because what do you have to show for it? You defended this guy for 4 years, and look what you got for it. You lost. Trump's in office, and the leader of your party is now a fucking demented, decrepit corpse who is just tanking your party as being the poster child of it. You got nothing to show for it. You lost on the grand stage for president, and your leader is pretty much on death's door. Probably going to die in another few years, possibly a few months, being bleak. And it wasn't worth it. And there were people, I was one of those people saying this guy should be not in anything. He should be, he should take himself out of running for a second term. He should not be doing anything when it comes to politics. And people like me were just kind of dismissed, and, they said that he was the guy. He was the only one. He was the best person to beat Trump. And if that was the case, if Biden, the people that believe that actually believe that Biden was the best person to beat Trump, then it's fucked. Then, I mean, you might as well just give up, because if he's the best you can have, a damn near 100-year-old demented man is the only one that can defeat Trump, then it's over. It's time to call it a day then. But yeah, that is my rambling thoughts about this whole Biden and cancer situation. Is because to me it's just so strange how this has been an ongoing thing for years and how it's kind of culminated to this now, and all of a sudden there's like this outpour of people talking about, Biden's health and should he have been running and should he have been president? How was his health during his presidency? I'm like, where were you guys at when he was like? This is not something that just happened. Like, just look at him. If you just look at Biden and you just watch him for any amount of time, you can tell he had no business being in office and doing anything with politics. And the fact that, like, because this is a repeat of the debate again, this is pretty much like deja vu almost. It's like the debate with Trump again. Like, all of a sudden, people have snapped out of this bizarre hypnosis and they're like, oh, wow, this is a fucking sick, decrepit guy. Why was he in office and how long has this been going on? It's like a while. Yeah, for some reason, people just didn't pay attention to it, or they thought it wasn't an issue, or thought that people were being ageist and didn't have faith and were trying to be contrarians. And now all of a sudden people think that that's the right opinion, is that, oh my god, this guy probably shouldn't have been in office. And now there's all this discussion about, well, people that are older being in office, and at what age should people not be in office. I'm like, this has been something people have been talking about for years. I don't know why all of a sudden this is a thing people are acting like it's a revolutionary discussion to be talking about. But yeah, that's just my take on it, and it'll be interesting. I'm interested to see what the Democrats are going to do. I mean, not that Biden has really anything to do, but like, not that Biden has anything to do with the Democrats, really. But I mean, he still is the face of the party. I mean, because Kamala just disappeared off the face of the planet after losing, and Obama, he's just kind of doing his own thing. He only shows up once a year for the elections, and then goes back to his, multi-millionaire, billionaire friends, and chills on yachts and whatnot. So yeah, Biden is still the face of the party pretty much, and I don't know how the Democrats are going to deal with him, especially now being the face, considering they have no other up and coming young leader or really anybody in the party that can really replace him. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that goes going forward. But with that said, I think I'm gonna call the day here, and until next time, take it easy out there.